Hi guys, it's Hillary Santana. I have been so much has happened. So this is kind of for today. I'm gonna treat it a little bit like a video diary, but I just wanted to progress. I wanted to explain where I am in life, where I've been in life, and um, I get so much value being in Manhattan, Kansas. I get so much value from getting on YouTube and getting on TikToks and getting on those mostly right now. This is December of 2020, and I'm able to see all this creativity. I'm able to see different personas. I'm able to be so inspired by the things that people that are thinking outside of the box. And so I just wanted to maybe present another option, another channel of ways that I am really, really growing and thinking outside of the box. This first one is me kind of getting my thoughts together. They always say it's better to be there than to be perfect. So I'm just gonna get started. And so this is kind of act as a video diary. This being December 2020, I opened my business, big venture, in September 2017. I know that because I have a mantra about I can do it 2017. And so it's one of the things I say regularly. And it was when I was a nobody in town. I had thought that I could probably do it. I wasn't super confident. And then we were able to survive the first hit of Corona. And I didn't do it alone. I did it with people that I've created relationships with. I did it with people that cared, and life has been really good. And then I've also been able to watch my son, who, when I opened my business, he was 2 years old and he just crossed he was two. He turned three when I first opened business. He only two for a month, and now he just turned six, and he's been able to watch me, and that's been something so scary. I wanted to be sure for him. I wanted to be secure for him, but instead I gave him bravery, and I've gave him experience, and I gave him humbleness, and so I'm really excited. But I will say, this past year has been really eye opening. So, Hillary, if you're watching this later, just continue to keep seeking growth and development. You can have everything you want in your life, and you're already getting so much, and just believing and just showing up and just thinking about the alternative. Like, what is the alternative? I just live a mediocre life. What would I? What would a mediocre life look like? I can't even fathom. I'm always on my toes, which has its own consequences. But I can't even fathom just going to work and coming home and enjoying shows and going to work and coming home. Like, I can't even fathom. I come home and I take care of the things that need to be taken care of, and I'm constantly looking about how I can make my life better. And then I have to really define what is better. So, this is part of my video series. I think getting my little paws on things. Maybe eventually I'll be a coach with this, but I think I don't feel like I'm a good coach if I haven't at least been through it myself. So let's talk about 2020. Um, January happened, some of the January to February and going into March, some of the biggest months we've ever had. So we were rounding out the second year. And our third year hit this September. So we were second year. We were getting ready to walk into our third year. We were over $100,000 a year. That was a big deal for me as a girl that made like $900 a month just teaching Pilates tops. Like, that was probably a good month. I definitely made less. Anyways, doesn't matter right now. I can look that up for a different video. So to be able to make $100,000 plus a year through the business entity was just really amazing. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, look what I'm capable of. And then also, oh my gosh, I need help. Like, I can't do this by myself. But I felt like, yes. So, anyways, thank goodness that I was forced to slow down because I was having some health problems that were not crippling yet, but I could work through it. So then COVID happened, and for that, I am oddly grateful because instead of working myself to avoid my problems, everything came to a screeching halt and threw problems on top of it. So I had to sit down in that mess and I had to wade through. And I'll just be very transparent. This is what I really love. People that had me, like Rachel Hollis, Tom Bilyeu. Those are people that I just really admire. Let's even go with Glennon Doyle. Super transparent. So my transparency is my marriage was not good. I don't think it was great ever. I knew I was in love. I knew, he made my heart skip a beat, and I knew that like he was my best friend, but like things that were important to me, I was not strong enough, brave enough, or secure enough to say this is what I need in a relationship, or this is what I expect, or this is what I deserve. Because I always felt like that was maybe princessy or selfish. And now that I am where I am, December 2020, I realize that if you don't say what you need, people don't know what you need. And I knew that on some level, but I didn't really feel that. I didn't really believe it. And so when March happened, I had to be like, I need help. I need lots of help. And I had to do it for my husband, and I had to do it for my business. I had to do it for my instructors. I had to do it for my clients. And so the first mess was having to shut down and say, hey guys, how do we continue on? I'm not really sure. And they were like, yeah, I want to continue on too. And then being able to go through. And then my husband, I will do a video, because what I want to do with that, I want to explain the therapy stuff I've gone through as to what my view is and what happened and how we fell apart into like where we are now, which is a good spot. We are not back together, but we are good, and that's going to be another special video. But I felt like at the time, I can't put words or expressions on his. We have not gone to therapy together because of him, but it's okay. So like, I don't know what happened, but I just know that he was very hostile towards me, and like almost as if I were like his mother, and he was so tired of trying to impress me. Yet he was also competing against me, it felt like, and I didn't feel like somebody he valued. I felt like somebody he put on a pedestal, and also like shamed me when things were not okay. Like if I had a meltdown, because I was like, oh my gosh, panic attacks, there's a lot going on, I'm really having a hard time, he'd be like, you chose it. And like, okay, well, yeah, I did, but like, can you help me? Like, well, you should have done better. And so things like that. And like, I mean, should I have known better? Like, what does that even mean? So those aren't his exact words, but that's kind of the context of me needing some severe help, especially from my lover and my partner, my friend, and him just being like, basically him kicking me when I was down, being like, see, you should have put more effort into me, or whatever his thing was. Again, that's a therapy session we should have went to. We're still not there yet, and it took probably 2 or 3 years for us to fall apart. It started peeling apart once we had a kid, but like, we just thought normal growing pains. But here we are. So I will say, when COVID shut down and I was stuck at home for 2 months, we had some really high highs, and then we had the lowest of lows. And one was with Geo crying and there being physical assault, not like punching in the face or anything, but police talk and physical assault. And we were just like, what is this? And so from that part, it just sort of died for me. Like, this is not what, like, it's not even that it's like, it's not even like it's not the marriage I want. This is bad. We are in a dark place, and we cannot be here anymore. So I mustered up all the courage, which was a lot of tears. Ugh, courage does not look sexy. Neither does being debt free. Debt free does not look sexy. It looks like low numbers in your bank account. And being fit looks like sweat and messy hair. And being courageous looks like tears. And so I called my friend Mary for the third time, and she let me move in twice before. And I said, you know what? No, I really think things are going to be better. He promised me, and we talked, and I think it'll be better. So my third time, hey Mary, I know I said this before, can I live with you again? And she said, I will always be here for you. I will never forget that. I will never forget that. She's like, it's okay. It's okay to be confused. It's okay. But I'm here for you. But like she held space for me. She's like, I'm strong for you, and you might make mistakes, but like, just do the best you can, and that's what it's about. And it's just so touching. And so, and my mom especially was like, as long as you're happy and safe, I don't care what the outcome is. I just need you to be okay, because I was not okay. I was not okay. I was sick mentally, because I was trying to be good enough for him, and I was trying to show him that he didn't have to be frustrated with me, and show him how hard I was trying. I was trying to prove to him that I was like good enough. And his battle was not against that. So we were not speaking the same language. And no matter me asking him how he felt or reading books or talking or asking him to go to therapy, he just didn't want to do it. So I just couldn't enable this awful relationship to go on. It was not, there were good parts, but in general, we were just fighting like cats and dogs. So when I moved to Mary's on my own, I cried and put my stuff in the car and took all my necessities. I left a note that said, I do not want a divorce, like I said before, but I need you to do 3 things. I need you to go to therapy, because the fact that you yell at me and wait until I'm in the ground in fetal position, hiding under a blanket, begging you to please stop hurting me, you're hurting me, and you make it about me, I just physically can't live like that, mentally, physically. And if anybody did that to somebody I loved, I couldn't handle it. Like, so the fact that I was letting it happen to me, I cannot go back. And so the fact that you could mentally say you love somebody and be that broken inside, I know what that looks like, because I've seen it in my life, and I just am choosing not to do that again. And so let's go forward. I need you to go to therapy, because there is something fundamentally not working, and we need to do this. We need to figure it out. And you're not alone. I'm in it. And the 2 people that I called, I had a tribe, okay? So this was not just 2 people. This was a freaking tribe of people that looked at me with sad eyes, that held space for me. And I just got tired of telling them, hey, I'm having a hard time. I'm doing it again, because realizing I was enabling the situation. So the 2 girls that always talked me off the ledge, and didn't make excuses and were upset for me, was my mom and Katie. Katie was like, I don't like this. Nope, we're not doing this. She wasn't making excuses, and she wasn't telling me I was stupid, but she was like, this is not good, and I do not have space for this. And then my mother would just be so empathetic. Just, I understand, but you're pretty smart, and you're pretty, like, she would, when I was down in the hole that he threw me into mentally, she would put a ladder there and help walk me out of the hole. And Katie would just let me cry and like give me information showing me she understood. And so then I was able to process. So I said, hey Chris, if we're gonna make this work, you gotta go to therapy, and you need to call these 2 girls. The reason I haven't gone suicidal, you need to call those girls and talk to them, because they're the reason I'm still okay, and you need to talk to them because you made me not okay. Let's fast forward a few months. Did Chris call them? No, he didn't. Did he go to therapy? Also no. Okay, so about the 2-month marker, I was like, if he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would. Thank you, TikTok. If he wanted to do the thing, he would do the thing. But he didn't, and he kept asking me. He bought groceries for the house. Chris did everything in Chris's power that I had asked him before I'd moved out that I needed as a partner. He started doing it, but I said, but it's done. We're done with that. I need this. These are the 3 things. And he would be like, nothing's ever going to be good enough for you. So that's called gaslighting, friends. When somebody acts like you're the problem, even though you've been clear, because then the idea is that I have a big reaction and that I get really upset, or that I cave in, and then he can be like, see, you're upset, you're being crazy because you get everything you want and it's still not good enough because it's your problem, but it's not my problem, because I know I've prayed about it, cried about it, talked about it to multiple people. I got a therapist before I moved out, so I could talk through what my feelings were, and she validated that, and she wanted me and Chris to stay together when I started with her, about ways we could connect, and she wanted to work with me and Chris as a couple. I gave Chris her phone number, I gave her information, I did work on myself, and I said, this is who I need. And did he do it? Nope. He did not do it. He did not do it until about 3 or 4 months later. I'm going to say 4 months, because it's December now. He started going to counseling probably at the end of October, right around Gio's birthday. And I had left June 28th. It was June 28th. I will not forget the day. I did it right before 4th of July. And I moved over to Mary's. And I know December 28th is when I get keys to my new apartment, and it'll be at the 6-month marker. I'm trying to stay strong. And just move forward with myself. So this is my video diary that I love Chris. And so let's fast forward. Chris started He called my mom and talked to her after he'd asked me multiple times to move back in, and I said no because I need this from you. And it just goes on to show you that when I need something from you and I express how I feel, you're not listening, or you don't value, or whatever it is. I don't know, because we won't go to therapy together because you won't go. When I ask you for something, you don't do it. So why would I move in with you so I can be hurt, frustrated, let down again? So then at that point, he goes on to say, I bought these groceries, I made you a key, I'm being nice to you, everything that you wanted, so I don't understand what the problem is. And that's when I started crying. The problem is, that's not what I asked you for. I asked you for that before. Now I set down the things, and this is what I need, and you're still not doing it. So, um, let's move forward. So then he called my mom when I refused to move back in. He called Kate. He asked Katie when they could talk, but she was busy and she was at work, and she said I can't talk right now. And then he's like, well, she doesn't want to talk to me, so it's over. So Kristen really tried, because he does what he needs to do to get through. He did have a good talk with my mom and said it was life changing. My mom's pretty great. And then I'm almost done, buddy, not yet. And then he did start counseling. I wanted therapy, and I wanted to do therapy with him so we could untangle our issues. He did it on his own. I think that that's probably okay, but I still need vet. So at this point that we're farther on, although I still love him dearly and I still want the best for him, that little gleam of hope, that little gleam of desire, that gleam of magic burnt out, because I kept trying to light the fire, I kept trying to spark it, and there's just this thing inside of me that just goes numb at the thought of letting myself back into the fiery pits of the hell that I was living in. And so where we are now is confusing, this December 2020, that I still love him, and I think he's wildly attractive, and I'm proud of the man he's becoming. But I think that it's okay that I can love him and not be married to him. So working on stuff. So like, he did some good stuff for his car, which I really respect and admire, and I helped him. And he took me to dinner. Like, we have a really good mutual respect where we both take care of each other. We talk to each other. We make each other have a better day. But I think I just can't trust it. And so what I decided to do is I stopped drinking the day after Thanksgiving because I can drink a lot. And I was like, nah, I should probably check that out. I should probably see what's going on there. And so I haven't drank for probably a week and a half. That's right. And I'm not going to drink until we go visit my sister and her new baby in Hawaii, which is December 20th. Today's the 6th, so we still have 2 more weeks. So I'll make it about 3.5 weeks, almost 4 weeks, if I decide. And I'm going to spend this December all the way until May obsessed with myself. I'm going to work on learning Spanish. I've always wanted to speak Spanish. I'm debt free now, but where I really want and where I feel held back sometimes is that I want to explore passions that I have as a whole person. Like, I've always worked my buns off. So like with Geo, I have to work in the morning. So like, there's some things that need to be done. I need to fill out this grant thing. I need to submit K-State grades because those are due. There's a few things I need to do, which I'm very happy and proud to do. And I went to work today, and good. And I work tomorrow, also good. But balancing out that I need to do squats. This is a everybody thing. I don't care who you are, how much money you have, what your job is. You still have to figure out how to balance out giving and also taking. And so I want to be able to. I've lived my whole life. I just turned 33 last month. I have lived my whole life barely scratching the line of making it. Barely. And I just want to spend the next 70 years living large above the line. Honestly, that's what I want. I love this year that I am buying Christmas presents for people, and you can't really see because of my little closet. Look, oh yeah, here, let's give a tour of Mary. So this is my room. This is for the past 6 months. I was able to save. I have my vision board back there, and just for the record, those things came true. I have a convertible now. None of this is what I put exactly on the vision board, but it's some form of what I want. So I've got the convertible. I can almost do the splits. I have a new alter ego. That's another video that's coming later for some projects I'm working on for manifesting. There's a picture of an airplane while I'm going to Hawaii. Um, I have Gio and he's happy. Then I'm getting my goals. I have this thing that says be humble enough to suck as long as it takes you to get better. I have space to get a hot tub at the new place. I'm gonna have a walk-in closet downstairs in the laundry room. That'll be another video. Just wait for that. Yeah, just all these things are sort of coming through. Where's another one? Oh, there's a garden in there. We have a place for a garden in our new place. I'm getting a personal sauna, and there's a sauna on there. So everything I wanted. So that's not the sauna that is in on my vision board, but like I'm doing things that make sense. So my Fiat is more for me probably than this car is because it's gas sustaining. It's so pretty. It's red and white versus just a black one, which black and white, which is fine, but red and white's so fun. But what I did is I've been living on this bed, and look at this bed, guys. It's not even a bed. It's a futon, and I put a mattress on it because the bed's really freaking heavy. And where is Mary gonna put this thing in her house? She doesn't have a place to put this futon in her house. I could be making excuses, but she's made so much room for me, and I don't pay very much to live here. I didn't want to be like, can you move your stuff? Yeah, so it's been fine. But I'm excited to have a bed. This bed can flip. It has. Has it flipped? Yes, it's flipped a couple times. Awesome. This is my TV rack. It has Gio's books for nighttime. It has some extra laundry pods down there because that's where they go in the bedroom. I have my games. I have some cards people give me. I have some books. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to have a proper nightstand with books where I can actually read before I go to bed. This is my cute Christmas tree. I was able to get people things that they would like. Like I got my Aunt Chrissy and Uncle Chad a really nice pan set, and it's something they want. I think it'll be really nice. I got my mom a satchel with her and Aunt Dolly on it. She doesn't watch YouTube, so she won't see this. I'm getting my dad stuff from his wish list, and I got him a lighter thing that's really cool. He uses lighters a lot. And I just got things that were nice. I didn't get things that were like, this will work, because this is what I can afford. I got some things that I felt good about. And I'm going to Hawaii with me and Gio, and I can afford to go. And I am just like, I'm never going back. And I'm obsessed with never going back because me living in this room for 6 months is growing into a big, beautiful butterfly. So I've been able to do that financially and with my self-esteem. And next I'm going to have my dream rental home and just keep manifesting until I can make it. And I'm going to share it. I don't want to hoard it. I want to share it. So I'm thinking that when I get my home, I'm going to rent it out in the month of June as a furnished apartment, so that I can move to Kansas City for a month and work there and just divulge myself in the culture so that I can practice stepping away each summer so I can travel for the summers. So this has been my closet. So people ask me, like it's a tiny little closet. I walk in here. I have my stuff. There's my hats. Yep, there's my extra stash of things. Guys, I cannot wait for you to see the new place. It's amazing. Here's my stuff that I'm taking. And this has been our workstation. Gio's slime. There's Gio. Our TV's out here. He's making do.
Hey!
He needs to eat his pizza.
Hey!
And so
get out of here! I need some privacy!
So I cannot wait to see. I'm going to spend time on myself. I'm not drinking. I'm working out. I went to Amy's class. I'm going to Lyra. I'm doing more social media stuff. And I cannot wait to see the girl that I am in May. Because the girl I was in May earlier this year, I am a vastly different and more plentiful girl. So that's my YouTube. And thank you guys for watching this. Can't wait to keep in touch.